This could be one of my favorite posts. We're going to talk about the small cap meltdown, how it triggered a rare 1% signal. Hey, I'm Luke Downey. I'm going over our latest insights at mapsignals.com, and something amazing just happened this week. So let's go ahead and talk about the big CPI report that came out last Tuesday. We know that inflation expectations came in hotter than what the crowd was expecting. That sent markets in free fall. The S&P was down, NASDAQ was down. More importantly, the Russell 2000 IWM ETF was down over 4%. But let me go ahead and tell you a little bit of a story. There's estimates that 80% of forest fires are caused by humans. But here's the deal, those flames ultimately burn out. Now, did you know that 100% of stock market fires are caused by humans? It's totally true. And you know what? The fire eventually burns out and it springs new life. So let's go ahead and look at some of the data. So the big money index, as we have been telling you, it has been on a downtrend. This is because money has been coming out of stocks. And here I have circled what is important. This is when the Russell 2000, it fell 1.11% on Tuesday. This is after that CPI report. It's a rare event. In fact, it's only happened 50 times in IWM's history. The last time that this happened, this was back in June of 2022. We were uber bullish back then. Nobody wanted to hear it. But typically these 4% sell-off days are awesome times to be looking for stocks, but don't take my word for it. Let's look at the evidence. So here is the deal. The small cap meltdown triggered something super rare. So here's what happened. IWM fell 4% in a day, and here are the returns. We're gonna let Marty McMap zoom in on what is important. If you go all the way back in IWM's history, here's the forward performance after IWM is down 4% in a day. 1 month later, it's up 1.7%. 3 months later, IWM is up 5.8%. 6 months later, it's up 12%. 12 months later, it's up 37%. And look at this, less than 1% of days are a 4% or worse day for IWM. This is ultra rare, folks. And this is why I believe IWM has been surging ever since that Tuesday report. Okay, a lot of these big fund managers, they already know this historical data, and that's why we're bringing it to you. Money is going there. Just like I told you earlier, there is a wildfire that happened in markets, but it tends to spring new life. Just like in a forest fire, you start to see the hollyhocks, they start to emerge only after the ashy forest floor is there. The same thing happens with stocks. So if we go back to the last time we had a 4% pullback in IWM back in June of 2022, the map signals hollyhocks started to show. We started to see some of the strongest stocks literally in the market. And I'm going to profile one that we have been all over, and it is ELF Beauty. The ticker is ELF. This is a great cosmetic company, and whenever you look at these fundamentals, you'll understand why. 3-year sales growth rate, 27.8%. 3-year EPS growth, 115%. 1-year estimated EPS growth is plus 19%. These are all-star qualities. And as you can imagine, whenever there is a huge equity barn burner, there are going to be institutions plowing into great stocks. So this is a beautiful chart right here. These blue lines indicate when ELF was a top 20 stock in our data, okay? You have to be an all-star stock to get on that report. I have a white line here. This is indicating the last time that the Russell 2000 was down 4% in a day. That equity wildfire bloomed some of these stocks. And look at this. Since that big sell-off, that is when the big uptrend started. This is the stairway to heaven, as I like to call it. ELF is up nearly 500% since then. We have been all over this name. And so what is the main takeaway? The main takeaway is this 4% sell-off that we saw on Tuesday. It's a great time to be shopping for all-star stocks. That is what we're doing over at Map Signals. We're talking about these stocks, we're showcasing them, and that is how you stay ahead of the market. If you're looking for stock picks, consider our research. If you want the free stuff, just keep following our YouTube channel. Make sure to like and subscribe. We are sending out research. Here's the bottom line. During these big sell-off days where the market is down 4%, you want to be looking for all-star stocks. That is what Map Signals is doing. That's what we're telling our subscribers to do. You want to look for the equity names that are growing their revenues, growing their earnings, and more importantly, they are bought up by institutions. You guys hang in there. I'll see you next time.